Hi there, I'm back, second graders. All right, so this video is your instructions for math pages 73 and 74. 73 and 74. Okay, so let's get started. On page 73, number 1 says you are using your ruler to draw the lines, the length of the lines. And remember what I told you. So you take your ruler, you're going to start at 0. Start at 0. Put your ruler straight up against the line that they have there. And then you're going to use your pencil to draw and stop. The first one is 2 inches. The second one is 6 inches. So on your ruler, remember, that's what you're going to do. You're going to, drop my ruler. Okay. So you're going to start here. This is where the line is. So if I was measuring something, then I would start right where my line is. So let's say I'm measuring this. My line starts here. I'm going to start here and I'm going to draw, and I only want to go to 4 inches. So I'm going to start here, take my pencil and draw and stop when I get to the 4 inches. That's what you're doing. Okay, for number 2, we work these out today. The addition wheel. Now, sometimes that's going to have a subtraction sign. You have to subtract. But for this one, we're adding. I'm going to use a different color marker. So we're going to go around the wheel, and we're adding 2 to each number. So 2 plus 1, 3. 2 plus 4, 6. 2 plus 6, 8. 2 plus 7, 9. Right? 2 plus 2, 4. 2 plus 3, 5. 2 plus 5, 7. 2 plus 8, 10. And that's how you fill your wheel out. So you take this number in the middle and add it to each outside, and the answer goes in the one that's straight across from that number. Okay. Number 3. We are measuring a different type of measurement. This is how you're measuring the weather using a thermometer. Okay, so my hand is in the thermometer, okay? And so this determines what my temperature is. So let's say it stops about right there, okay? So it's right on the 70. So that means it's 70 degrees. But suppose it stops in the middle, right before I get to the 70. So if you will look closely, the lines here tell you what number you're at. This is the 50 family. When I get to the small lines, I have to count by 2s. 50, 52, 54, 56, 58. 60, 62, 64, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70. So this big number tells you the family you're in of degrees, and this you're counting by 2s. Now suppose it has something that's between the line. It's not on the red line where the 60 or the lines that I count by 2s. Then that means you need to count by 1. So if this was right here and it wasn't on the 62, that means it's going to be 61. 61. All right, so when you're measuring, these thick lines right here on your thermometer tells you what the temperature is, what family you're in. Then the family, if it goes up, you count by 2s in that family. So this is 70, 72, 74, 76. All right. So these are the numbers. This tells you the family, the degrees. Tells you the family. You count by 2s once you're inside the family. Okay. So on that first thermometer, let's look at it. It stopped in the 30 family. So we have to determine what's the temperature. So I see 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. So I'm going to put it's 38. So it shows me 38. That means I need to now color in the thermometer until I get to 38. Be very careful. The lines are small here. All right. On number 4, write the missing number. Write the additive. Remember, additives are the numbers you have when you're adding. The numbers you have when you're adding. So I have 7 plus something gives me 9. 7 plus something equals 9. 7, 8, 9. So what's my answer? 2. Well, now I have something plus 5 equals 10. That's an easy one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know that's a double number. 5 plus 5 is 10. All right. Word problem. On a trip to the Canadian Rockies, Tori saw 1/2 dozen moose. How many items in 1 dozen? That's right. 12 items in 1 dozen. How many items in 1 dozen? 12 items in 1 dozen. Tori saw 1/2 dozen. So remember, if I have my 12, I want half of that. Half of 12 equals 6. Half of 12 equals 6. Okay, so it says Tori saw 1/2 dozen moose. So that means Tori saw 6, 1/2 dozen. Her brother Jake saw 2 more than Tori. How many did Jake see? Well, she saw 6. He saw 2 more than her. More than tells me I need to add. So I'm going to take my 6 plus 2 equals. So Jake saw 8. Okay, that's page 73. On page 74, at the top of the page, it says write the differences. Use the polar bears to help you. Write the differences. So you're in the 10 family. You have 10 minus 8. Count from the smallest number to the biggest. I'm going from 8 to 10. Always put the number that you start with here in your head. Start with the second number counting. 8, 9, 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 10 minus 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. Okay, number 2. Write the length. Remember. I can't stress that enough. When you are measuring and you get to the lines between the numbers, the longest line between the number is 1/2. How do I write that? Let me show you how to write that again. Let's get our board here. 1/2. So let's say you're measuring something and you measure it and it's 4 1/2 inch. 4 1/2. This is how you write half of something. 4 1/2. Okay. Number 3. Write the signs greater than or less than. You know how to do that. Look at the numbers. Is it less than, greater than, equal to? Thinking cap. Daniel, Jana, Laura, and James went to the fair with their parents. Each ride cost $1. Mom and Dad gave each child $10. Daniel rode 6 rides. Laura rode 8 rides. Jana rode 5 rides. James rode 10 rides. How much money did each child bring home at the end of the fair? So what are you doing? I'm just subtracting. I have Daniel. He started out with $10. I have Jana started with $10. Laura had $10. And James. I'll write his name out since we have 2 J's in the family. Started with $10. So they all started with $10. It says Daniel rode 6 rides. So I'm going to subtract the 6 because each ride is $1. So 6 rides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jana wrote 5 rides. Just track. And Laura wrote 8 rides. And James wrote 10 rides. Now I'm subtracting. And I'm going to get my answer. Tell me how much change they each brought home. Don't forget. Now you're doing money. So when you're doing money, let me show you. So you're going to write, let's do Daniel. We'll just do Daniel. Daniel started with $10. He rolled 6 rides. So we're going to subtract. 10 minus 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4. But when I write it on my line, I have to put my dollar sign, my dollars, and he had no cents. So 4.00. $4 and, remember using and, $4.00. Okay, we'll do Jana too. Janna. So Jana started with $10, and Jana wrote 5 rides. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That left me with 5. I write $5 as her answer. Dollar sign. I have $5. No change. Okay? All right, guys. Those are your instructions for page 73 and 74. Until our next video, I'll see you later, alligator.